know, living a kingdom life, honestly, and helping other women to really live. I came out of a painful place of being a Christian, being a believer, but not having any fruit of the spirit, to be honest. I
Wow.
wouldn't have told you that, and I would have probably not admitted it, but it was truth. I was
Yeah.
dealing with anxiety, doubt, worry, fear on a daily basis, and trying to hold all the balls in the air and do all the things, and really had a radical encounter with the Holy Spirit, and it just really transformed things. And it's just, I want other women to feel his
Mhm.
presence every day, and just walk into their kingdom assignment passionately. And because I grew up in a direct sales family, Tamra. And so
Wow.
I watched my father empowering women, and he had 5 daughters.
Wow.
And I watched him, and a real cool story about his mother, if we get to that, but watched him empowering women my whole life, and wanting them being in and around direct sales and network marketing I'm 55, so most of my life. And so when I was leaving the industry and called to coaching, God was like, well, of course I'm keeping you in your field of favor. This is where you've been your whole career. So I do coach women of faith in the industry to really build their business on kingdom values.
That's amazing. And I'm so curious, what was is it the same business, the same network marketing like era or what you guys do?
No, not at
Okay.
all. So my father's 89. He's still living, amazing, but
That's
no,
awesome.
he was actually, well, that's okay. So World Book Encyclopedia was my,
Wow.
yes, he
That
was,
was an MLM?
well, direct sales.
Okay, direct sales. Okay,
Direct
okay.
sales, yes. And so,
Interesting.
and his mother, you're gonna love this story. So his mom, he tells this story about, so she came over, Ellis Island, and was a super hard worker in New York City, and would work in the garment district. And she came home one day, really usually with joy. And my father, he said he was about 10. He's like, Mom, why do you love your work so much? And she said, because I get paid for every piece that I finish. And so she was teaching him paid for performance compensation, that you
Mm,
didn't have to go to a 9 to 5 and have someone else tell you what your rate was. Whatever she could finish well,
wow.
she would get paid for. And so that planted a deep seed in him and went on to spur his career.
That is
Isn't
awesome.
that so fun?
Yeah, it's really cool. And I think as I am a mother now to little ones and constantly being very mindful of the way that I speak about work and my creation time versus work, or what does mom and dad do? We go and we help people every day, like just really changing the language and the vernacular to what is a hardworking person look like. And it's been really interesting to hear them talk about it as they're getting bigger. And every idea that they have is very entrepreneurial driven, because I'm just kind of like, ooh, that's a good idea. What can we do with that? What can we make with that? This past week, my son decided he wants to start a new business. He had one last year during COVID, but this one he wants to start doing. And he was going to do a dog walking company. We were prepping the flyers and he was going to walk around and do all this stuff. And we were talking about hooking Calendly up and how it was going to, alert him when he had to do it on the weekend. And we started really flushing out what this could look like. And he recognized that like he's only here because he has jujitsu tournaments all the time, every like other weekend. And I said, that's going to prove to be really difficult for the person who needs their dog walked every weekend. And
Mhm.
so he decided, instead of taking it completely off the table, because he loves animals so much, he was going to start making his own dog treats. And so he is now
You
creating
pivoted,
dog
Tamara. You
treats.
pivoted.
Right? It's so
Yes.
cool.